NBA 2K League draft pool consisted of 265 players, and only 63 heard their names called on draft day.
It was exciting from the start. Even before the first pick was made, two major trades took place.
I was getting ready for the #1 pick, but we got trade alerts already coming in.
You're looking live and down. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Reggie Jackson. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Lakers, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Marc Gasol. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Morris in at the 4. Here's Kuzma, banked in off the glass. And tonight, a battle between conference rivals. These teams, Brent, know each other very well.
Very few surprises for either opponent tonight in this game, Kevin. I think they actually send Christmas cards to one another. They know each other that well. Who is going to execute when it matters? That's going to be the difference.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 22-point game against Phoenix.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Stolen by George. Batum against Morris. Nobody near Leonard. Ball's knocked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. It's touched by Zubac.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Nobody near Schroeder. And again, no good by the Lakers. The Clippers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And the shot goes down.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers. A skinny kid, not so much anymore.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
No doubt among the best passing centers to have ever played this game. Gasol is a guy you can run your offense through, makes quick and decisive decisions.
Now here's Jackson taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. That one good for 2.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Jackson against Schroeder. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning-quick point guard.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Schroeder hits them both. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Kennard on the wing. He kicks to Patterson. Williams looking around. Clock at 6. Here's Morris. The Clippers need to get off a shot. A rebound by the Lakers. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You cannot afford to do that when you're in an opponent's building You got to knock down free throws. That cost them.
Here is Williams after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Kennard on the wing. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. Here's Mann. Off target with his three. Lakers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Mann with the rebound.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Here's Patterson out to Morris. And the layup's good off the glass.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Schroeder outside. Morris outside. Offensive rebound.
That's what Harold does. He's in there mixing it up, and he goes right back up for a shot.
Williams with the ball. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And guys, in addition to that scoring, he was absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. A complete two-way game for him. Finished with 3 steals, I think, and that was a difference maker.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 1. And back with the start of the... And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Lakers right now, Morris is out there with Harold, and it's Matthews, and it's Caruso in at the point. Here's Mann. His last outing, 16 points for him, and it's blocked, and he recovers it. Williams for 3, unable to get that one.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Here's Horton Tucker. 17 points for him last game against Phoenix.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Pass to Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. The kick out to Williams. 3-pointer. Morris with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that
time. Here's Harold. Morris with the rebound. Clippers trail by 3.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Harold, and Harold slams it in.
Harold did everything he could there to try to get the and-one opportunity. Let's see if he can knock down some free throws.
And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
Man, these are great. It excites everybody on the team to see Montrezl Harrell do that kind of damage to the rim.
It's George on the wing. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. And no good. Gasol with the defensive effort.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. They trail by 6. Lakers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Caldwell Pope kicks to Gasol. Harold down low, working on Zubats. 5 on the clock. Here's Matthews, and the rejection by Zubats. Jackson has the open look, and the 3 off target. Lakers lead by 6. Harold the pass to Kuzma, the kick out to Matthews. Caldwell Pope against Jackson.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And here we go. And Harold shoots it in.
Harold getting out. We see him always working around the rim, this time in transition.
Clippers trail by 8. Outside, George finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
51 seconds left to play here in the half. Now here's Matthews. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubats has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Caldwell Pope outside. Harold kicks to Kuzma. Caldwell Pope against Batum. The feed now to Harold. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Some good action during the period as it was just a 1-point. And that's a wrap.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing, guys, from Montrezl Harrell.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubats. And it's George in at the 2 guard. Clippers trail by 4. Outside, Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Batum's got the first bucket of the third here for the Clippers. And the Lakers with possession here. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Schroeder dishes to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
George against Caldwell Pope. And Gasol sends it back. Schroeder, right side. Morris, left side. Lakers working the ball around now. Gasol against Zubats. Shot clock at 3. And that one's good. Schroeder.
He's such a strong offensive player. Schroeder is capable of knocking down some mid-range shots if you give him some room.
Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
Lob pass to George. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
A good chance to see Paul George burst that time.
Jackson against Schroeder. Kuzma passes to Schroeder. Wants to get it to Zubats, and does. Pass to George. Outside Leonard. To the left side wing. Zubats finds Leonard. Gasol with the steal. Morris passes to Schroeder. Back to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
Outside, George. There's the triple. Doesn't go for him. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Caldwell Pope with it. Guarded now by Jackson. George against Schroeder. To the paint. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Such a clever offensive player. Gasol is especially crafty at finding ways to draw contact while shooting.
And so Marc Gasol nails both of them.
Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Here's Patterson. A three-pointer, no good. And Schroeder's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. To the inside. Morris passes to Schroeder. Back to Morris. 13 feet away. With the tip. And Schroeder stays with it. Schroeder's got the lead up to 10 now for the Lakers.
Something sapped them of their energy defensively since halftime. In the first half, out there scrambling, running, hustling. Since then, not so much.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Schroeder looking around. Feeds to Gasol. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gasol's got the lead back up to 10 now for the Lakers.
Sensational feel in the painted area. Get Gasol the ball. Let him use his size and intelligence to full advantage.
Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 5 now.
Now, there's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Now Schroeder, he's got 8. One second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Right back after this break. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Montrezl Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Nobody near Williams. Off target from outside. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Lakers leading by 10. Here's Kaycock. Floats one up.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively. Morris grinding on the shooter there.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Outside, George. 6 to shoot. And Patterson kicks to Morris. Here's Leonard. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
What an advantage it is to have someone like Leonard. Everyone knows the shot clock is running down, but they also know that he'll get up a good shot either way.
Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. Antetokounmpo. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Lakers making a switch here. Caldwell Pope checked in. Clippers trail by 8. And here is Williams. The shot by George, wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
But he's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Caldwell Pope pushes to Antetokounmpo. He's looking for Harrell and finds him. That one wide left. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And it's Leonard missing.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Unloads from 13. Back to George. Just 5 to shoot. And it falls over the rim and in.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
Lakers leading by 6. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. The pass to Harrell. Here's Caruso. Caldwell Pope for 3. They get it back with the clock winding down, and Harrell slams it down hard.
That's a little something extra from Montrez.
Outside, George. The 3 ball sinks the three-pointer.
Paul George stepping up big time.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Lakers. They've led by as much as 10. Caldwell Pope right side. Pass to Caruso. Releases. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Shots good by Williams.
Wow, huge in a big moment there. Getting the ball to Lou Williams, not a bad idea.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Over to the left wing. Harrell down low. Covered by Morris. Caldwell Pope passes to Antetokounmpo. Count it. Antetokounmpo's got his first basket.
Liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Williams for 3. A rebound by the Lakers. And it's the Lakers on the break. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Leonard. Yes!
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. And Harrell slams it in.
Montrez Harrell, not the first guy you think about, but he comes through first class.
On the wing, Williams. Morris kicks to George. 20 seconds left in the fourth. From past the arc. It's George on the wing. Williams outside. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And so the Lakers take the win. They didn't miss. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and
Last season wasn't ideal for
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the Clippers starting 5. They've got Jackson. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubats. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And for Brooklyn, Harris is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. Then it's Johnson. And it's Jordan in at the 5, down low. Now here's Johnson trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Brown the pass to Green. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. Now Johnson. Paul George missing from long range. Brown kicks to Harris. And a miss there on the triple. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And there's Paul George on the assist from Leonard.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Brown drives in. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Leonard, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach. Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field. Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
Now here's Brown. His last outing, he had 8 points. The pass to Jordan. Shoots over Zubats. A shot by Jordan, no good.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
George with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Batum passes to Zubats. Brooklyn with the rebound. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Here's Leonard, following the bucket by the Nets. Over Harris. Leonard kicks to Zubats. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Johnson goes in, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, Tyler Johnson doing work off the bounce to the cup. Pretty dry.
George against Brown. Fires from deep. That shot off, and it's the Nets taking it the other way. Outside for Jordan. Back to Green. The Nets working the ball around now, and it's Jordan with the jam.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
Now here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and the dunk by Zubats.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Pass to Brown. Tries a 3, and and the rejection by Jackson. Lob pass to George. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Brown wide open. He fires. And it's off from three-point range. Los Angeles leading by 5 to the middle. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game time. The Clippers again turning it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
19 seconds left to play in the first. Now Irving. He's coming off a 28-point game against Washington. Stolen away. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Clippers ahead, leading by 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Man, why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Shutting the floor for the Nets. They've got Griffin. Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Claxton, and it's a 4-spot. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Now, here is Morris. He's coming off a 13-point game against Charlotte. 2 seconds left. Good on the bucket.
Well, this is the area of the floor where Marcus Morris can be a problem because of that frame and that game. Look out, gentlemen.
Here's Harden. Good. Nice job down low.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
On the wing, Morris. Williams looking around. His three-pointers off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Harden, the rebound by Patterson.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Shots good by Williams.
How about the focus of Lou Williams? Inside, able to finish. Nice.
Here's Irving. It's not going to go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Oh!
That's a great dunk.
He's an athletic freak.
Wow.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
Oh!
What about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Williams passes to Mann. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Nets trail by 5. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Mann can't hit. For Brooklyn, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. It's Harden with the drive. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know,
That is.
got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer. And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Irving attacking, and it goes down 2 points. And now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead.
They're just so smooth. Kyrie Irving identifying the opening and then letting it rip.
Jackson from long range. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Jackson hits both of them.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Here's Harden. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Left side, George. Zubac trying to break loose. And George gets it to go. George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The deep 3 from Harden. The shot that time not on target. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Griffin inside, defended by George. Griffin's shot is off. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 4. And stolen by Irving. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Right side George with 1 on the clock. And a close game so far through the first.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive. From the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong. They were in control as the game got on. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
On the wing, Batum. Outside Jackson. High post, Zubac. It's hauled in by Harris.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
On the wing, Harris. The kick out to Brown. He feeds it to Jordan. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Jackson. Green dishes to Brown. Passes it to Jordan. For the tie, they kick it out to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Brown outside. For the lead. But they recover it. Pass to Jordan. Jeff Green on the wing. The second effort. Jordan finds Green. Harris inside. Leonard's there. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
The feed to Patterson. George looking over the floor. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message. Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
Green kicks to Brown. Over Williams. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Here's Brown. Johnson, the pass to Green. They get a hand on it. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Harris. George with the bucket.
Well, that's his second three of the game. One in the first half, one here. You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a fifth of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
Irving's checked in for Tyler Johnson. The Clippers also making some changes. Mann's checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Jordan. The Doors in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. Had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Irving. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Irving's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets. Clippers have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. 54 seconds left to play in the third. And the wide open shot from Morris. A three-pointer off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
What's incredible to me is Kyrie Irving at 6'3". Does he possess incredible eye-popping athleticism? No. But he can create his own shot anytime he wants, and his finishing ability is as good as it gets in the NBA.
The drive by Jackson. Nets leading by 4. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And here's Harris from the arc. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 4th rebound in this one. Feeds to Batum. Over Jordan. A shot by Batum. No good. Here's Jackson. That one's off. Still out of sync. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Nets leading by 4. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this 4th quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Brown out there with Irving. Then there's Harris. Then there's Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And that one's good. George.
Well, Paul George just putting on a show right now. He's been around this league for a long time. The confidence is there.
Irving kicks to Griffin. Back to Irving. Fires the 3. That shot is off. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And the pass to George. From the arc. A rebound by the Nets. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Griffin leading the charge. Here's Brown. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Nets leading by 4. Irving's shot is good.
And even through contact, Kyrie still able to finish shots consistently.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
From deep, George. Griffin with the steal. Back to Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Fires for 3. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Jackson. And he drops it in from the low post.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Irving against Jackson. Here's Claxton. Back to Irving. Up and in on the layup. Irving's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know this. Kyrie Irving, when he has the hot hand, is lethal. On a night-by-night basis, he is an absolute matchup nightmare.
Nets leading by 6. Takes a 3. Another miss by Irving. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. On the wing, Batum. Outside Jackson. It's George on the wing. He's covered by Brown. Clock at 4. Outside for Jackson. Shoots over Griffin. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Luwawu is checked in for Harris. And it's Johnson in for Kyrie Irving. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Johnson attacking. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Jordan's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
Jackson from long range. Zubac finds George. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
Pops it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Green against Jackson. Takes it out to Leonard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
The best scorers in the game have the ability to get to the free throw line. Kawhi Leonard lives there.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets. Irving comes in for Johnson. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Williams is checked in.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
Harden way outside. No good. This miss, number 4 in 10 shots.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Outside, George. And then jammed down as he goes right over DeAndre Jordan.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Here's Williams. With some arc. Misses from short range. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
A nice shot by Irving.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
On the wing, George. It drops.
Well, the efficiency with the mid-range game, Paul George has always possessed.
Irving passes to Green for three. The shot off that time. So it's the Nets picking up the win. It was all right, David. Thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg. 2K Sports presents the NBA. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's up. Oh, what a play!
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
It's Solemba to Kumbo. Passes to Middleton. Giannis inside. Zubac defending. And Giannis with the basket on the assist by Middleton. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Here's Giannis. And the shot goes in. Giannis has got 6.
How about the effort? You didn't think a little contact would prevent Giannis from scoring, did you?
Outside Jackson. Inside. Lopez with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Batum. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lopez with the steal. And it's the Bucks on the break. DiVincenzo. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And that's one way to end up in the highlights.
You know what we call this play? A dumb play all the way around, especially at this particular time.
Giannis inside. Jackson on him. Antetokounmpo, no good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And George with the stuff.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Clippers trail by 6. Outside, George. Launches a 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure in that one. Didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
They came in focused and ready to play, and despite facing little resistance, they never pulled back.
So for the Clippers, Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for George. The Los Angeles Clippers coming to this one after the win against the Charlotte Hornets.
And I tell you what, the margin of victory speaks for itself in that one. Just a very confident bunch right now, especially in that second half.
It's stolen by Morris. Down low. Williams passes to Patterson. A shot, no good. And Milwaukee the other way now. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And they did win that last game in this matchup. And it seems they got the benefit of the whistle.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Here's Williams. Sweet move. And he lays it up and in.
Despite having a small frame, this is a big part of Lou Williams' game. Taking it up strong inside.
Holiday against Williams. Now here is Holiday. He's guarded closer. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Milwaukee making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Williams. Morris outside.
And they've had chances to score inside, just unable to convert.
Here's Connaughton. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
Here's Williams. This one for 3. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And recently, on the subject of trash talking, Giannis.
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of length, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Luke Kennard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then it's Williams. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
DiVincenzo passes to Connaughton. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Williams. Rebound, Milwaukee.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Portis kicks to DiVincenzo. Back to Portis. Lays it up off the glass. Portis has got his first basket of the night.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Williams with the ball. Picked up by Portis. Bucks leading by 15. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Clippers shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
Portis, the pass to Connaughton. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Here's DiVincenzo. And with the rebound. Clippers trail by 13. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Connaughton. An 11-point game for him in the win against San Antonio.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort.
6 on the shot clock. No good. Shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Middleton. He's tightly guarded. It's tipped. Now the Clippers moving it up. Williams leading the charge. He lobs it up. Morris dishes to Williams. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Morris, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Giannis comes in for P.J. Tucker. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Holiday in for Dante DiVincenzo.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
The shot by George, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Antetokounmpo passes to Holiday. 12 seconds left in the first half of the game. Shot clock at 6. Floats it up for Giannis. Great communication on the alley-oop.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
And so that's the end of the first half. Milwaukee on top, up by 15. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. And Shaq, you bestowed your Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo. What made him worthy of that distinction? And would you please? And that should do it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Holiday, and it's Nora in at the 3 spot. Offline with his 3. Clippers trail by 15. Here's George. Lays it up and banks it in. That's 7 points for George.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and he banks in the layup. And the Bucks lead by 15.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused, and they've executed.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
He's off on the second. Bucks leading by 14. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And Holiday kicks to Lopez. Jackson against Antetokounmpo. Stolen by Jackson. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's George. The teardrop falls in. George has got 10 points in the game.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
George double-teamed. Zubac kicks to Batum. Clock at 6. Here's George. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
Capable of flat-out torching you. Once PG-13 gets into a groove, watch out.
Holiday, the pass to Nora. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Tipped away. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. No good with the layup. Lopez finds Antetokounmpo. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Outside, George shoots. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you play?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers. And then on Wednesday, they'll host the Boston Celtics.
And you know for that matchup with New York, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick-em game, depending on how they play.
The Bucks making a switch here. Connaughton's checked in. Lopez, no luck.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Patrick Patterson with his great shooting stroke, always looking comfortable at the free throw line.
Portis, who's checked in for Milwaukee. Here's Connaughton, defended by George. No good from Connaughton. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Portis.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Here's Williams. An easy 2 points on the layup. Williams has got 6 points.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Antetokounmpo nails the baby hook. And the Bucks lead by 12.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether...
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bucks lead by 12. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Williams is out there with Paul George. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the power forward position.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Williams.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
And Holiday kicks it to Tucker. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's foul number 2 for him. Brook Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Jackson in for Williams. DiVincenzo. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. From deep, George. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and that one is good. Giannis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Jackson passes to Leonard. No good on the triple.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Lopez. Pass to DiVincenzo. Middleton for three. They get it again. And Antetokounmpo on the follow. And the Bucks lead by 13.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Leonard inside, defended by Middleton. Leonard the pass to Zubac. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And really trying to work the ball inside here and starting to get results. A lot of that offense coming in the paint here in the second half.
The free throw drops for Zubac.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Right side Holiday. Stolen by Jackson. Here's George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got it back down to within single digits for Los Angeles. Giannis with it, and there's the pass to DiVincenzo. And a strong finish with two hands.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Leonard attacking. Good.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
Giannis up top, defended by Batum. That one goes in. Giannis has got 28.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
George, no good.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
And Holiday kicks to Giannis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. Here's George. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Lopez against Zubac. And the dunk by Giannis.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Milwaukee.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
And here are the Clippers, trailing here by 8. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. No good from Zubac. Giannis outside. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
Do on the court.
Shortly after you were drafted, the Lakers traded the number 7 pick and obtained a championship caliber player in Reese, as well as other pieces in Bohio, Cease, and Bobby Buckets. With the new Lakers gaming squad roster, what role do you think will be best suited for you?
I think we just got to see when this season starts during scrims. If I got to play lock, I'll play lock. If I got to play center, I'll play center.
The Staples Center downtown line. Now it's
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the Lakers starting group. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the 2 spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Reggie Jackson. Batum's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Gasol. Almost, but it rolls out.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Now here's Schroeder after the Marcus Olmis. Schroeder with the ball. He's coming off a 22-point game against Phoenix. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Jackson's got the ball. Sweet little floater. Jackson's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Clippers.
That was a tough shot. I mean, Jackson has practiced that, but he makes it look effortless
right there.
Now here's Schroeder. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution. Greg, coming out of the All-Star break, a couple teams have really turned up the intensity, haven't they?
Playoff seedings are in sight, Kev, and no doubt this is a crucial stretch of the season, especially for teams that will be on the bubble.
With Schroeder, it's all about speed. He just changes direction and shifts into another gear, Kevin. That's where his advantage lies. Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one. Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
The Clippers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Caldwell Pope against George. Over Caldwell Pope. George, no good. And so Gasol will bring it up for the Lakers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, that had to have been #1 priority for the coaching staff coming into this one, limiting those turnovers and making sure they don't beat themselves this time.
To the inside. Inside, Zubac. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Morris. And it's the Lakers on the break. Back to Kuzma. Out to Morris. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Batum wide open. He fires. And Leonard stays with it.
Yeah, the Claw using those broad shoulders and those hands, snatching that one down, wasting no time going back up.
Jackson against Schroeder. Morris outside. Here's Gasol. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Jackson misses.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
George way outside. It's rebounded by Gasol.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Here's George. Following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. George against Caldwell Pope. The shot by George, no good.
Oh, he has just struggled here offensively in the quarter.
Kuzma finds Schroeder to the middle. Leonard with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. All sorts of time. The Clippers rebound. Zubac the pass to George. Connects from 3-point range.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Now here's Schroeder to the paint. Here's Gasol. That one's a miss. His 3rd shot of the game. He's made 1 of them. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That's his 1st foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Williams attacking. Makes it off the glass. It's a tie ball game.
Well, you deserve that kind of treatment if you're going to get up with Lou Williams like that. Terrific at getting to the rack.
Caruso, the pass to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Williams. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
1 eye on the rim, 1 eye on the clock.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the 2nd quarter on 2K Sports.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for.
And, of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former Defensive Players of the Year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
They've got Kennard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Williams. And it's Mann in at the 3. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Pass to Mann. Inside. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut back down to just 2 points. The basket there coming from Patterson.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter. This time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Here's Caruso. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Harrell. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. And Patterson kicks to Williams. No good from outside. Lakers leading by 4. Matthews into the lane, and he uses the glass on the layup. Matthews has got his first bucket in this one.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively. And in a league where perimeter shooting is highly valued, veteran Wesley Matthews finding his services still very much in demand.
It's been a really remarkable career for a guy that went undrafted back in 2009. Most of the time you think about that solid defense where he's going to have the toughest assignment at the wing or guard position, but that reliable three-point shot really coming into play here.
Here's Caruso. Back to Harrell. Out to Morris. Over Williams. And with the rebound.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
The Lakers in the lead. Morris passes to Horton Tucker. Shoots. Here's Harrell. Passes it to Horton Tucker. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to Matthews. No good with the triple. Clippers have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Mann gets the bucket.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
To the inside. Here's Harrell. Out to Morris. There's the pass to Caruso. Here's Horton Tucker. Up again. Harrell on the foul. Harrell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Pass to Kennard. Shoots over Matthews. Rebound the Lakers. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, what we saw in that game and what you see around the league is a questionable dependency on the triple.
Well, you have to be able to use the three-point line in some way. It's just such a weapon. And in that game, it was just not there for him.
Knocked loose. And now the Clippers on the break. In the corner, it's Morris. The 3. Caruso grabs the miss.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Count that one.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Kennard on the wing. The 3 hits it from 3-point range.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Here's Caruso. Loads it up there for Harrell. That shot no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish
ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
And we are not going to halftime just yet. Montrezl Harrell has been leading the charge for the Los Angeles Lakers.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground and the score tied. And that'll do.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing, guys, from Montrezl Harrell.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively, but he's going to keep going at him.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. We've got Montrezl Harrell, Antetokounmpo out there with Matthews, and it's Caruso in at the point guard position. Now the Lakers on the break. Goes up, and Harrell slams it in.
Harrell just being smart with his shot selection there, trying to find ones that are well within his range.
George against Matthews. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from George. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Montrezl Harrell with a throwdown that gets his teammates up.
Right side Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside Jackson for the 3. He doesn't hit that one. So the Lakers will take it the other way.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Leonard. Drops in the layup for 2. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Harrell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Lakers.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
To the middle. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball. Here's Antetokounmpo. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
So for the Clippers, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Jackson. Now Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And George kicks to Patterson. Misses the 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
The Lakers on offense. They're on a 15-6 run.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Schroeder dishes to Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And the Lakers lead by 13.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Williams inside. He's guarded by Schroeder. Williams can't get it to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And the Lakers with another turnover here. Right now, let's check out the teams with the best free throw percentage. The Clippers, #1.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
Back to Leonard. George looking around. That 3 off the mark. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Caldwell-Pope passes to Schroeder. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trail by 13. And it's Leonard missing.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Schroeder kicks to Kuzma. Tries from 16. Over George. No good on the last second attempt there. Montrezl Harrell has been leading the charge for the Los Angeles Lakers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Patterson in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. The shot by George, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Morris finds Schroeder. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Gasol inside. Patterson's there. They grab their own miss. He shoots again. A nice shot by Gasol. Gasol's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Lakers. George against Schroeder. And George, here we go. Rebound the Lakers. Gasol's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious. Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Basket good.
I like to see Lou Williams hustle like this, looking determined to get past everybody and be ahead of the pack.
Schroeder outside. Gasol trying to free himself up, and it's Schroeder missing.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Williams against Schroeder. The Clippers grab the miss.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
From deep, George. A rebound by the Lakers. Gasol's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Poked away. It's stolen by Morris. Caldwell-Pope on the wing. Covered by Morris. Out to Kuzma. Chalk up 2 there. And the Lakers lead by 13.
Beautiful touch close in. Kuzma excels at taking advantage down low.
From deep, Williams. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Schroeder against Williams. Gasol. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Over Williams. And the shot is long.
Oh, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And that one drops. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Back to Kuzma. Outside Gasol. Out to the wing. Kuzma passes to Gasol. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Over George. They get it back. And Schroeder stays with it.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Lakers.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. The one player that really stands out of
And you knew something good was coming, Kevin, right? It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Yes, that goes in.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Now here's Schroeder. From deep three-point range, can't connect. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it.
see Twitter and everything. Unfortunately, you kind of need people to know your name. Your game's not going to speak everything for you. You got to let people see it. You got to post. Make sure the community knows what you're doing on the court. So you're not doing it for no reason. It will help you out in the long run to hopefully let you get drafted into the 2K League.
Awesome words of wisdom there. Thank you so much for joining us on 2K TV.
The Staples Center downtown. And with,
hey, Kevin,
there's been a transformation here in LA. There is no doubt about that. DA, thank you. So the Nets starting 5. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Green. And it's Harris in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, they've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Now here is Harris. Leonard with the ball. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
The Clippers shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Here's Jackson following the basket by Kyrie Irving. The shot by George, wide open. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Harden with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. And the basket by Harden. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym. So he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin. And that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Outside for Jackson. Nobody near Leonard. Doesn't go that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections.
The best defenses do a great job of protecting the rim. That team did not give an inch. They defended and contested every shot.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Now Harden. 26 points for him last game against Washington. Leonard kicks to Batum. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. True on the 14-footer. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change. But sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Harris outside. Right side, Jordan. Irving looking for an opening. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
The evolution of Kyrie Irving's game continues. Magnificent with the jumper.
From deep, George. Here's Zubac. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Irving. Down low. Jordan against Zubac. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's about as high percentage as it gets for DJ. Go to work, big man.
Outside, George. Lets the three fly. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got 5 rebounds tonight. And a deep three from Irving. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. For the Clippers, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Then for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green, and it's Brown in for Joe Harris. George against Irving. Patterson can't get it to go. Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Williams against Griffin. Patterson dishes to Williams. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Nobody near Irving. No good on the 3. Outside Leonard. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Nets as they dump. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. And it's Mann in at the small forward. Here's Llewellyn. Kennard covering. Claxton with the bucket. Claxton's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Passes it to Mann. Out to Morris, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting team. Number 1, the Nets.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
And stolen by Patterson. And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Griffin. Clippers trail by 7. Williams looking around. The pass to Kennard. Now Morris. With the floater. A rebound by Johnson.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And stolen by Patterson. Morris outside. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, this guy's a capable scorer from the interior. Marcus Morris adept at using that size and touch to his advantage.
Pass to Griffin. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. Mann passes to Kennard. Over to the wing. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Paul George.
And he's struggling with his shot these days, and the analytics bear that out. With the true shooting percentage heading down in these past 10 games. But, guys, it wouldn't surprise me if that was a trend that he could reverse here tonight.
Clock at 6. Pass to Mann. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. 3-point lead. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stint. Passes it to Llewellyn. Fires the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Patterson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Kennard's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Clippers trail by 5. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Bruce Brown. And he makes that one.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
In the corner, it's Harris. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feet. Harris has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, terrific job by Tyler Johnson to do exactly what they want him to do. Find his open teammates.
Here's Jackson. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Johnson down low. Working on Zubac. Johnson inside. Zubac defending. He gets it in there.
A fearless competitor. 190 pounds of Tyler Johnson, more than willing to take the hit.
Johnson against Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
So you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
A nice shot by Harris.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Jackson looking around. On the wing, Morris. He's coming off a 13-point game against Charlotte. Jackson against Johnson. And stolen by Jordan. Harris kicks to Green. Lobs it up for Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And so it's Brooklyn bringing the... Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5. And
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to is really paramount.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Joe Harris. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. And it's Shields in at the point guard position. And he makes good on the layup. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Harden dishes to Green. George against Harden. Feeds it to Jordan. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Harris inside the line. It's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 4.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
Outside, George. Goes back up. No good from Zubac.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Harden. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Well, in the second half of the season, we've seen some fantastic performances from this group. The highest scoring shooting guard since the All-Star break. 5th on the list, James Harden.
And this is the cream of the crop at the 2-guard spot. I mean, strictly in terms of their scoring ability and the ease with which they can overwhelm would-be defenders.
You know, and that's why it often requires more than one man to defend against any of them. These players draw more double teams than any group in the league, and they still are able to put up points at a devastating rate.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
If I remember when Patrick Patterson was coming out of high school, major recruiting battle. Every school seemed to want this guy. Duke, Florida, you name it. But the Kentucky Wildcats win again.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. The shot by George, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
The kick out to Brown. Off target from three-point range. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Morris right side. Here's Patterson outside. George. Banked in off the glass. George has got 7.
There's some toughness in the attitude of Paul George. Perfectly fends off the D on his way to the rack.
Harden the pass to Irving. Now the pass to Claxton. Back to Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The shot's good. Griffin's got his first points of the game.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Williams kicks to George. To the paint. Griffin with the steal. The shot by Irving. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And it's a 5-point Nets lead.
How about the athleticism? Kyrie stops on a dime, knocks it in. Some of the best breaks in the league.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. There's 37 seconds left in the third. Harden outside. The kick out to Irving. Brown outside. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Los Angeles. And it's Brown missing.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
And then George with the jam.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
And the Nets miss again. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's the Nets. They're up by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. They've got Jackson. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Williams at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. The kick out to Williams. 8 feet away. Batum wide open. He fires. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Brown with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Back to Griffin. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Still, Griffin has insane hops. Close in, can sky over others, helps him to draw fouls.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Jordan's checked in. And Leonard has it in the corner. Now here's Jackson. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
Kawhi Leonard very comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. This guy is so good even without a dribble.
And the dunk by Jordan.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Left side Jackson. Outside Leonard. And it's blocked by Jordan.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. So for the Nets, Green is checked in for Griffin. And it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Left side Jordan. Here's Irving. Off the left rim and out. Clippers trail by 4. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Leonard looking over the floor. The kick out to Williams. And the layup's good off the glass. Williams has got his first 2 points.
How about the focus of Lou Williams? Inside, able to finish. Nice.
Harden against Williams. And the rejection by Jackson. Outside Leonard. To tie it up. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Irving. Harden finds Jordan. That one misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Williams in the post, covered by Irving. Shot's good by Williams. Williams has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
If you need a bucket under big-time pressure, Lou Williams is your guy.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
To take the lead. The rebound by Harden. The Nets have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Jackson with it. Picked up by Harris. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Paul George is checked in for Lou Williams.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Irving passes to Harden. And the 3-ball is good.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Harden against Jackson. to the inside. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Harden dishes to Jordan. Money!
DJ with the fearless opportunity, boy. What a shot.
Outside, George. And stolen by Irving. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Out to Harris. Three-pointer. Jordan trying to free himself up. Connects from downtown.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Zubac's in the post. He's against Jordan. From deep, George. Kept alive. Here's Zubac. Good!
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
She's been blazing trails and inspiring young women.
And as a part of our ongoing series on social justice and in honor of Women's History Month, she is back this week with part 2 of Respect Your OGs, this time tributing WNBA legend.
The view high above our broadcast location. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal number for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point. On the clock, Lopez finds DiVincenzo over Jackson. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
George passes to Jackson. Clippers moving the ball around. Outside, George. Reverses. Outside for Jackson. Right side, Batum. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Batum. Well, it is a long season, we know that, and the All-Star break provides some respite, but how do you keep your body fresh as we're heading down the stretch here?
Kevin, you got to listen to the training staff. I mean, first and foremost, teams are getting more advanced, measuring when players are wearing down and trying to protect them. All the tools are there, but you've got to take advantage. And the other thing is, mentally, you've got to be fresh. It's not just about your body being fresh. So sometimes you need to be able to shut the brain down in terms of the game and get your focus elsewhere.
And Milwaukee has possession after the Clippers pick up 2. Lopez passes to Holiday. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Middleton. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. DiVincenzo with it. He picked up 12 points in their last win against San Antonio. And the turnover again by Milwaukee. Let's take a look at the teams that have done a great job of converting turnovers into points since the All-Star break. The Clippers, number 1.
And since the break, we've seen them ambush their opponents with that attacking brand of defense. And boy, have they reaped the rewards offensively.
Now, here's George. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Charlotte. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Holiday, and Holiday throws it down.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Now here's Jackson. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. .157 left in the first quarter of the game. Batum against Antetokounmpo. Lopez. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the leadership Lopez gives this team really important. He's someone his younger teammates look up to.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And then for Milwaukee, P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Williams finds Patterson. Offensive rebound.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Here's Connaughton following the score by Lou Williams. Fourth. It's rebounded by Lou Williams.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Mann, defended by Middleton. A 3 from Morris. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And the one thing about Morris, it doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
Pass to Tucker. Here's Connaughton. 11 points for him in that last game against San Antonio. 41 seconds left in the first. Morris outside. Rebounded by Tucker.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And it's Connaughton missing. The Milwaukee Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against San Antonio. And Morris throws it down.
And give Sweet Lou credit. Turns down his own shot because his teammate has a better one.
Will it go? The shot's good from Forbes.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James,
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Williams. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's man in at the small forward. Williams up on top. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. Here's Patterson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Patterson's got his first points of the night.
Patterson is so active and efficient with his movements inside.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here is Forbes. This game he had 10 points. Pass to Portis. Over Patterson. Kicks it down to Middleton. 5 to shoot. Back to Portis. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the triple. Portis has got 7 points for the quarter.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here's Williams. Softly drops in the floater. And the Clippers lead by 4.
I like this choice by Lou. Could try to take it to the rack, but sees he has the easy floater over the top.
Here's Middleton. And with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here is Forbes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Portis can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 6. Kennard the pass to Morris. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. And then for Milwaukee, Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. Holiday attacking. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris. Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Lou Williams.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And that one is off. Clippers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. And it's Leonard missing. For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Last outing for the Clippers. They won that game against Charlotte. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Lopez.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
For Milwaukee, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Clippers trail by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's George. Good work there as it goes. George has got 6 points.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
And here's Holiday. He picked up 21 points in their last win against San Antonio. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see it. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. And it was on the heels of his MVP season that Giannis Antetokounmpo said he was at 60% of his potential. Come on. And that'll do it for...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing from Lou Williams.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Middleton can't get it to go. The Clippers trail. And now the Clippers on the break. And George gets it to go. George has got the first points of the third quarter up on the boards for Los Angeles. Holiday against Jackson. Here's Giannis. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Bucks lead by 1.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
George passes to Zubac. And again, the Clippers good for 2. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Middleton on the wing. Back to DiVincenzo. Lopez kicks to Giannis. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Giannis has got 9 points.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Jackson passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Jackson against Holiday. And he gets the bucket. He's got 6.
And that's the pressure Holiday puts on your defense. Sees the opportunity, gets his shot inside.
There's Jackson with the 3. The shot missing. The Bucks go the other way with it. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. And he comes up with the deuce.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. He's got 9. Count it. Good. Lopez has got the lead up to 3 now for Milwaukee.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Over in the corner, Batum. On the wing, Jackson. The offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Leonard. Buries it from three-point range. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
What I like about Kawhi's shot, no matter the distance, always seems to be on balance.
Outside Holiday. Back to Giannis. It's tipped. A nice shot by George. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
So far, George's competitive play has worked well. He's getting just about everything to fall.
Leonard with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. The tray, and another 3 for the Clippers.
And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
George up top, defended by DiVincenzo. Zubac's in the post. Lopez is there. Here's Jackson. Zubac trying to break loose. The rebound by the Bucks. Passes to Antetokounmpo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Giannis has got 13. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. George against DiVincenzo. And it's George finishing it off.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Here's Giannis. Yep, it counts. He's got 15.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action after this word. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Paul George is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's the floater. And Williams with the nice bucket inside. And the Clippers lead by 1. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis outside. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
Or is he actually insane enough to think that he might be able to make that? Either way, we might see him sitting by himself for a while.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Williams' shot is off. Bucks leading by 3. Outside Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Here's Lopez. DiVincenzo finds Lopez. Excellent D there from George. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Williams. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Lopez against Patterson. Yep, that one goes in there. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Yep, that one goes. Antetokounmpo's got the lead. Back up to 5 now for Milwaukee.
How about the effort? You didn't think a little contact would prevent Giannis from scoring, did you?
Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. Williams kicks to Patterson. No good on the triple. Bucks leading by 5. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Holiday against Williams. And the dunk by Giannis.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
George looking over the floor. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Giannis kicks to Holiday. 59 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Antetokounmpo tried to bank it in, but he misses. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's George, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
The Bucks making a switch here. Middleton's checked in, and George drops them both.
And now down to a one-possession game. Those foul shots, huge.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Loads it up for Giannis. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And read the plate perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now DiVincenzo. Middleton left side. Shoots over Batum. Count it!
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And so the Bucks take the win. They seem to... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up